is growing military pressure tonight in Taiwan, and it's coming from China. If you weren't paying attention to this story before, chances are you will after you hear our guest tonight. The State Department issued an update on the region today, maintaining its one China policy. But there are concerns that the U.S. could be drawn into the fray. Earlier today, I spoke with Lyle Goldstein, research professor in the China Maritime Studies Institute at the U.S. Naval War College. These are the opinions of Professor Goldstein alone and do not reflect an official assessment of the U.S. Navy. Here's our conversation. Lyle, with all that's going on, this is a foreign policy issue that doesn't get a lot of attention, but it is a critical relationship between China and Taiwan. The State Department reaffirming today the so-called one China policy. What does that mean? What's the message from the U.S. and what does it mean for Taiwan?
Well, it is indeed a very important question, and I'm glad you're giving it some time here. The situation has been heating up in a very dangerous way. There's even kind of talk of the possibility of military conflict. So I think what we've seen over the last couple of days is that the State Department is trying to set this on an even keel, showing that both the U.S. will stand strong with Taiwan on the one hand, but also will not, as it were, push the envelope and generally accepts the framework of one China that was set up back when Nixon went to China in 1972.
Right. So the relationship recently had improved, but more recently things have deteriorated with Taiwan pushing a more pro-independence stance. What concerns you the most? You hinted at it there about potential military action. What worries you the most about this and what's going on right now?
It is a very dicey situation. The really fundamental reason is that the military balance has been steadily shifting. I'm a military analyst, along with studying China, going there frequently and so forth, but I follow the Chinese military very closely, and we've seen a real sea change in what they bring to the table militarily, and that military balance has shifted so decisively in the Taiwan Strait there that it really is creating a new political calculus. Let's say the Chinese have more cards to play. They can put much more pressure on Taiwan and indeed on the United States.
And they've been flexing their muscles recently.
Yes, they have, in a major way. I think they have, Beijing was not very comfortable with some of the moves that the Trump administration was making, and this caused China to take a very, a very belligerent stance, increasing the number of exercises and making all kinds of verbal threats. So this is, I would characterize this as a very dangerous situation, the chance of conflict having increased considerably, and I'm glad to see so far that we haven't had any major surprises. Some good news is that with the Olympics coming up a year from now, I think China will be hesitant about any kind of military action before that point. After that point, I again will be very concerned.
So the Chinese have said they will take back Taiwan, even if by force. And as we've mentioned, they are stepping up military operations. What will you as an analyst be watching for if it is even after the Olympics? What is it that will get your red flag and say, we need to really pay attention to this?
I do think we have to watch the military situation closely. This is a very delicate triangle, and really all sides, I think, have to take some responsibility for reining in tensions. By all means, I'll be watching the rhetoric on all sides, but unfortunately, when you're talking about a military scenario, we may not see any rhetoric. This could be literally a bolt from the blue. So as a military analyst, I am watching really more focused on China's capabilities, mainly missiles, submarines, and how they're gearing up to do some things which really no other military is considering at this point. But they, I'm talking about sort of massive airborne operations. They are putting a lot of people out of, on parachutes often these days. So this could come very suddenly, and I am very concerned about it. Although I do think the Olympics trumps at this point.
Well, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you have our attention, Lyle. Let's put it that way. If this were to happen, and if you are as concerned as you are, what is the U.S. role in it?
Well, I'll tell you, there are many Americans and many defense analysts who feel very strongly that we need to be shoulder to shoulder with Taiwan, but I'm of a different view. I think this is a very bad situation. It's a holdover from way back in the Cold War. This is a civil war that never ended. In my view, this is one we need to sit out, actually, and we should draw a line and say, not here. There are places where we probably want to need to draw a red line with China, maybe with our treaty allies like Philippines or Japan. But this is, as I've said, I've written this. This is not good ground. In effect, the geographic situation, the military situation is not favorable to the United States, and we could face a defeat, and that's not something I want to see our service people get into such a situation.
Well, it's a fascinating conversation and obviously very important. We will stay on top of it. Lyle Goldstein from the U.S. Naval War College, thank you for your expertise and your time.
Thanks for having me.